Pretty good appointment today for my IT client up in Michigan. Spoke with the IT manager. They're a pretty big manufacturer, do a lot of work with the government, etc. But they currently have a vendor in place for a few different things that we handle, and pretty much right off the bat wanted to meet. Doing a lot of cybersecurity, a lot of compliance, a lot of network work, and really falls right in our wheelhouse. So we're going to be meeting with them next week. Got about 25 users, handful more workstations, a couple physical servers. Should be a really good conversation.
Yeah, so got a pretty good meeting for my client down in Miami today. It's with a pretty large-scale organization. They do meetings, they host meetings and events for organizations all across the country. About 65 users, fully managed, looking to break contract within 60 days if we can, beat the current price, services, looking for cybersecurity, some new hardware, so should be a pretty good one.
So I got one for my Indianapolis software client today. It's with a company that manufactures curtains, drapes, things like that. They were interested in building digital transformation where we actually go in and put sensors on all their equipment to detect out of tolerance measurements. So got a Teams meeting set up for next week, and if that goes well, we should be heading out there for a follow-up meeting. So it should be a pretty good one.
So I got one for my cybersecurity client in Indy. Set it with the president and CEO of an engineering firm. They have a couple cybersecurity consultants on the side, full in-house team. Basically what we do is we ensure and validate, make sure everything that they're doing is up to compliance and security standards. So that's next week. And then I got one for my St. George client. It's an in-person meeting with the country club. We're meeting with the GM just to get a comparison, get them a quote for new IT services. Should be a good one.
Hey guys, 10. Hey, a little 10 before the break. That's awesome. 10 plus by intermission. Who's got a good one? Or who's got one? Ryan.
Today, the first one's for my client in Louisville. I've been chasing down this director at a living facility place. It's around 50,000 square feet, and they're having a bunch of leaks, but they have a couple events going on the next couple weeks, so we set it for the 21st at 10. And then the second one's with a church in Dallas. Spoke with the maintenance director out there. They don't have a preferred roofer, and they have like a 125,000 square foot building. The roof's like 20 years old, so we're gonna go see if we can get a quote from their insurance so we can get it closed. So.
Got one for Clean Method out in DC, my commercial cleaner. I called a church to get a hold of the facilities manager. He was busy, so he actually ended up calling me back and wanted us to come out to get them a quote on some cleaning services. Square footage, he said, was a little funky because they have 3 different buildings that he wanted us to check out. So he's like, you just got to come out and look at it. So we're going out there next week at 10 a.m. to go check it out. Let's go.
Got one for Elite. It was with a pretty high-end property management company. They oversee about $11 billion worth of assets. Their director of facilities is based out of Georgia, but is going to be in Austin in a couple weeks. So we're going to walk one of their properties and see if we can help them out. I got one. It's with a company called. Spoke to the chief executive operations officer, looking for other options. 62 users, 1 location. She said they'll break their contract in 60 days if we can provide better service, security, and hardware. So should be a pretty good one.
Someone jumped the gun there. Who was it? Go. Who else? Oh, Pat.
Yeah, finally got one. I've been trying to reach this guy for a few months now. He oversees about 6 different warehouses. It's a steel manufacturer, so finally got him on the phone. They had repairs done a few years ago. They didn't do it right, so we're going to be going out there next week.
I got one for my cybersecurity client in Indy. It's with exactly what he was looking for. It's the CEO and president of a company, engineering company. They, like their insurance company, does cybersecurity. They have a couple cybersecurity consultants and an in-house team. They use Ignite, which is like a server data warehouse that my client specifically uses with kind of his pitch. So it should be a really good one.
Deals? Proposals?
Got a proposal out for a New Mexico roofer, just over $180,000.
I did get one from R&K yesterday. The tile and flooring place, I think it was in Ormond Beach, but they have 3 different quotes based on the lifespan of the warranty. You can look it up in Teams.
What just happened, Kaden?
We just got one on the board for Trek out in Denver, apartment complex. They need some quotes on chimney caps, so we're gonna go out there next week.
I got an appointment today for my IT client in Canada. It's with 3 separate companies all under the same parent company. The controller emailed me back today to have a meeting with her and the owner. So we're gonna go up there next Wednesday. Zoom info says they have around 40 to 90 users between the 3 locations, so it should be a pretty good one.
So got an appointment today for my roofer down in Austin, Texas. Really excited about this one. It's with a property management group that owns about $11 billion worth of assets nationwide, and the guy's going to be in town from Georgia, so we're going to meet with him in a couple weeks, walk one of their properties, and see where it goes.
I got an appointment for my janitorial client in Philadelphia with an apartment complex that's about 23,000 square feet. They are actively looking for janitorial services, so we're going to go get them a quote next week.
Got one for my commercial cleaner out in the DC area. I reached out to a church and their facilities manager. Didn't get a hold of him the first time. He actually called me back and mentioned that he wanted us to come out and check out their facility. Said they have 3 different buildings that he wants to take a look at to get them a quote on some daily cleaning services. So we got that one set up. We're going out there next week on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Go check it out. Should be a pretty good one.
I got one today from my client in Alabama. I spoke with the facility maintenance manager that oversees all 6 facilities for a steel manufacturer. I got him on the phone today. We went over that they had prior issues with one of the buildings. They got repairs on a few years ago. Didn't do the job. They need us to come out and fix it. So we're going out next week.
So yeah, we had a good one from one of our roofers in New Mexico today. Reached out to a local parish. They're needing work and are taking active bids for the part of their facility and the church itself, about 60,000 square feet of roof space total. Also helped out one of our IT clients in LA. Reached out to the president, it's a finance company, a lot of pain with their current MSP. We're meeting next Tuesday to get them over a quote right before the contract ends, get them up on the right start.
Second appointment for R&K Roofing for the month of May is at a seafood restaurant in Flagler Beach. I had reached out to them a couple of times in the past, and there was some talk even months ago about doing some work. Did get to speak to the general manager today, and he said, oh yeah, we're taking quotes right now, you want to come out and look at it? I jumped on the opportunity, booked it for Monday morning at 10 a.m. They were looking for quotes on full replacements of 3 roofs, 2 metal roofs and 1 flat roof, as I recall, and they've done patchwork over the years, but the last time they did a roof replacement was about a decade ago.
Got one for my client out in Houston. So actually at a hotel, spoke with the general manager. Didn't tell me a whole bunch about the issues going on, but we're gonna go out there and find out what's going on with the roof next week.